Okay, Kelly, welcome to lesson 106. 106 is about rounding numbers, okay? So in order to round numbers, you just need to remember the basics of rounding simple numbers, because now we're going into decimal numbers. So remember, the basics to rounding a number is like this. Let's say I give you 137, right? And we say round the number to the nearest tens place. Okay, so you find the tens place, there's your tens place, and you look at the number right beside it, right? If it's 0 to 4, this stays the same. But if it's 5 and up, this goes up, right? So this one, because it's 7, it's above 5, right? It would go, this one would go up and it would be 140. That's what you would round it to, right? But let's say that we take the same number and we say round it to the nearest hundreds place. Okay, in that case you find your place, the hundreds place. You look at the number beside it, it's 3. That's below 5. So it's going to stay the same and you're going to round it to 100, okay? Because every number, whatever, after you either make it go up or make it stay the same, the numbers after it become what? They all become 0. 0, 0, so that's why it's 100, okay? It's the same thing when you're doing decimal places. You just have to remember how to find your places in a decimal number, okay? So, if you look at page number 379, they'll give you the places right there. But really, those places kind of confuse me. The easiest way to find places in a decimal number, Kelly, for me is to do it like this. I'll show you on example 1. First, I made the decimal place look bigger so it was easier for you to find in the video. It says in example 1 to round this number to the nearest 10,000. Okay, in this case, in the 10,000 with a D at the end, that's a normal number. So this kind of stuff right here, we're not even gonna care about. We're finding the 10,000 place here. Well, we know that this is the ones, the tens, the hundreds, the thousands. So this is the 10,000. So we circle that number and look to the right at the 8. 8 is above the 5, so that's going to make this go up to 260,000. So you have 47,260,000. This becomes 0, 0, 0. And you don't even need the stuff after the decimal point because it doesn't count anymore because it's all going to be 0. So that's your answer, 47,260,000, okay? But in example 2, you're going to notice that they don't say the word thousand with the D at the end. They say thousandth with a DTH at the end. When you see the TH at the end, that means they're either talking about a fraction or a decimal. So in this case, they're obviously talking about a decimal because that's what we're using. We're using decimals. So look what it says. Round this number to the nearest thousandth place, okay? So what I'm going to do is to find my thousandth place, I'm going to put a 1 under the decimal point and put my 1,000. I look at it and it says that 2 is in the thousandth place because that's where the zeros land, okay? To get your thousandth, we find the ends of the 2, so that 2 is in the thousandth place. So that means you look at the 4 right here. Well, the 4 is 4 para abajo, so that means that this stays the same, but all this goes away. So it's all gonna become 0 anyway. So you go 104.062, just the 2 stayed the same, and that is your answer. Okay? Look at example 3. Now it's going to the 100 millionth place, okay? Which is another reason why we're gonna do these, so we don't get confused about where we are. Because even if you're an expert in your places, 100 millionth is quite a long way to go. So you write 100 million down underneath your number, starting with the 1 under the decimal point. Don't put the 1 under the first number after the decimal point or it'll bump you back where you're not supposed to be. And it lands on the 8. I circle the 8 and I look at the 5. The 5 is bigger than 4, so now that's going to make this go up to 9. So this becomes a 9 and this goes away. So your answer is 0.0041379. Okay? And that's your answer right there. Thankfully, they give you a lot of examples to get you used to everything that you're going to see about rounding. So here we go. Let's do examples 4 and 5 as well before we do the practice. Okay, example 4. This one doesn't tell you the place. That's nice. This one just tells you to 5 decimal places. Okay, so if it's to 5 decimal places, you just count. Here's your decimal point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're talking about this one, so you look at this one. Okay, they're talking about the 5th one, so you look at the next one. It's above 5. That means it's going to make this go up to 7, and these disappear. So your answer is 2.00317. Okay? Example 5, look, it has an A, a B, let me put them over here because we're going to have to write some more stuff. A C and a D. Okay, let's look at it. The first one says, round this number to 5 decimal places. Well, crazy thing is, you only have 1, 2, 3, 4 decimal places right here. However, if you'll notice, this line right here means that these numbers repeat themselves for infinity. Okay? So you have 364 and it's going to keep repeating itself. Ask to infinity. Well, you only need to ask to 5 decimal places. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to be this 3 right here. So we look at the 6. Okay? So in this one, your answer for letter A is going to be 314.03644 because this is a 6, so you cross that out and make that a 4, right? So that's going to be your answer for letter A. For letter B, it's to 9 decimal places. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're looking at this one. It makes it stay the same, so your answer is a long one, 314.036436436. Okay, so that it has 9 decimal places. Okay, Kelly, back to it. Nearest hundredth for letter C, hundredth. Okay, now it's not counting it. Counting the decimal places, now we have to do the hundredth. We look at it, it's 3, so we look at the 6, that means it's going to go up to 4. So our answer for letter C is 314.04, okay, for the hundredth place. And then the last one is nearest 10. 10. Don't get it confused with 10th. We're talking about this one over here. This is the 1s, this is the 10. So we look at the 1, we look at the 4, it's under 5, so it stays the same, so your answer is 310. Okay, there you go for example 5. Go ahead and try your practice. Don't just look at it, actually try it because you need to make sure if you're processing it correctly or you're off 1 decimal point or you're off 1 detail, because if you're off 1 detail, you're going to get it all wrong. So go ahead and try those and we'll come back and give you the answers. Okay, Kelly, here are your answers for for practice A, B, and C. A is 59,742,000. B is 513.1293. And C is 63.014,915. Okay, so how do we get it? A was to the nearest 1,000. So I go to the 1, 10, 100, 1,000th place. Ooh, no. This is not it because it should be to the 10,000 now that we're here. Just kidding, Kelly. It's going to go right here. So we look at the 2, but all we have to do is change this to a 0. 59,740,000 because we're in the 10,000 place. Sorry, I just saw 1,000. We circle the 4, we look at the 2 doesn't make it go up, it makes it stay the same, so it's 5974, and then the rest of them are zeros. So that's what we write right here. Then for letter B, the answer, we got it because it says to the 10,000th place. Okay, so the 10,000th place, we put the 1 under the decimal point, and write 10,000 where we see the 3 is the end point, so we circle the 3, look at the 4. The 4 doesn't make it go up because it's less than 5, so we just eliminate the 4 and the 7 right here, and we write the answer 513.1293. On letter C, it says to 6 decimal places. That means we need to repeat this 1 time. So I repeated it and counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Circle the 4, look at the 9. The 9 makes it go up to 5. And then you just make this a 0. And the end, 014,915. If you have any questions, just let me know. Thank you. Have a good day.